Okay, gotta get comfy to talk about this one. I'm gonna need you to cut me some slack when it comes to this one, okay? Because I feel like from what I saw on like Reddit, especially, I was just checking Reddit. I didn't really check any other things for reviews on this movie because I wanted to keep it to my own thoughts. The reviews were mixed, and I think that's the case with a lot of stuff, but I'm gonna tell you why I think they were mixed in my opinion, okay? Yeah, it was a trip. Anyhow, about you, if you have seen Euphoria, you've heard of Sydney Sweeney, you've seen her work, you've seen her acting, and I thought it was interesting that she's going to be in this movie. What I found even more interesting were the rumors that were swirling about before this movie even came out in regards to her relationship and Glenn Powell's relationship and their relationship with each other. I'm not going to get into those, but if you're curious, Google's free. So, one thing about me, I'm gonna watch a rom-com, okay? I'm gonna watch a rom-com. It's probably my most watched genre, probably next to action with some comedy sprinkled in. Love me a good action comedy. And I do my best to watch as many rom-coms as I can. I've seen so many. I've rewatched so many. The good ones, the classics. If you are a rom-com fan, you know 2009 was a great year for rom-coms. Since then, we've been kind of starving for a good one. And, you know, even though I wasn't super excited about this movie, I was like, maybe this could be one of them. That's a lie. I didn't think this could be one of them. But, you know, I mean, I was hopeful about something. This movie, Well, first things first, I did not think I was going to watch it because the trailer, first of all, the rumors put me off of it. And then the trailer was so, like, overly sexual. I was like, no. But then I happened to have some time on a Saturday. I was like, you know what? This is solo time. This is me time. Let's go watch a movie. Let's see what it's about. Let's see what's happening. Fam? There are going to be some spoilers in here. If you have an issue with spoilers for whatever reason, skip around. I'll try to do chapters as best I can, but you're going to hear spoilers at some point if you watch the video. What I will say, though, is that the spoilers are not going to ruin the movie, but if you are just super sensitive to spoilers, come back after you've seen it, or just, you know, get over the spoiler thing. Just an idea. Just a suggestion. Let's start with the things I liked, okay? You know, this is like in school where you start with the critiques. When you're doing a critique, you start with the good stuff so you can cushion the bad stuff with the good stuff. Personally, I think sometimes it's better to cushion bad stuff with the good stuff after you've said the bad stuff. So it's like, you know, because that's the last thing that's on their mind. But for this one, we're gonna do the school method. Good things first. So here's what I did like. Their meet cute was unique-ish. Like, I could probably point to a few movies where I've seen something similar, but I've never seen it done exactly like this. She needed to use the bathroom, and they're like, no, you can't get a key unless you buy something, but the line was long AF. Like, who's gonna stand in that freaking line to go to the bathroom? Like, what do I look like, fam? Like, what are we doing here? And then he's like, oh, this is my wife, and honey, which kind of coffee did you want? It was really cute. She got the bathroom key, then went in the bathroom, sprayed water on herself as she was talking to her sister about how cute this guy was. And then she had to put her jeans on the dryer to dry them, the hand dryer. It was really cute. And then after that, got to walk away, and then he noticed some toilet paper on her shoe, and he was like, hey. And she was like, oh, you're gonna ask me out now? It was cute. They spent the day together, made grilled cheese. I liked it. I enjoyed it. And then they didn't like sleep together or whatever like you would expect in this kind of movie. They talked all night and then fell asleep talking. I was like, you know what? It's giving. The vibes were there. Don't mind the voice crack. I'm getting over a cold. The vibes were giving. It was there. I was like, okay, we have some potential here. Yeah. And then I think the beginning was the best part of the movie. I thought the music choices were good. I think they added to the vibe. I liked the modern looks that we were getting, but not too modern. Like, it wasn't, you still had that kind of like fuzz, if you will, like the warmth. You had some of the warmth of a rom-com, which you need. It felt warm, you know, the colors and everything. It was bright, it was sunny. I liked it. I liked the clothes, I liked the camera quality. And I think the vibe in general was really well done. I thought it was good. The music is there and it complements the scene to the point where it's like, you almost don't hear it until you pay attention. You're like, oh, this music is like adding, it's making me feel a little warm inside. It's making me feel hopeful. It's making me feel happy about life. Really well done. Like, kind of twinkly. It was good. The music was great. Camera work was good. Felt lighthearted and fun, but I really enjoyed that vibe. That's like how you can tell a rom-com apart from a romance. Romances usually feel heavy. They feel dramatic. A rom-com, I'm not saying that there isn't any drama in it. There always is going to be some drama in a rom-com. If there's no drama in a rom-com, you're not doing it properly. There needs to be some kind of conflict. It's not going to be as heavy and weighted and like as some romances can be, because some of them be doing too much, okay? Traveling for me. I love to travel. So if they go somewhere in a movie, and this is one reason why I love action so much, if they go somewhere in a movie, points. It's getting points for me automatically. And they went to Australia for a wedding. They went literally to the other side of the world. And then they showed us scenes in the plane. I was like, yes! I was living vicariously through their travels. It was good. And the scenes on the plane were funny. They felt realistic. Like when she went into the bathroom, and then this one guy went in before her and she's like, I have to pee. Yeah, that felt realistic as hell. Speaking as a fellow traveler, you know, just a frequent flyer, what can I say? Great landscape, great nature shots. I loved seeing the beach. I love the beach. I miss the beach. Landscape shots were really well done. They added to, like I said, the energy, the vibe of the movie. Some of the jokes landed. Some of the jokes were actually good. I did laugh a few times. You know, I'll admit that I laughed, okay? I think the beginning and the middle were the strongest part. Like when they met and then when they started to like get over their hate for each other, I think those were done well. Glenn Powell played his role. He played his role. This man has a gift for rom-com. Set it up. He has, some people just have it when it comes to rom-coms, like Ryan Reynolds. He has it when it comes to rom-coms. And he's a funny actor. Like, I like watching him. They had Unwritten in it, which is cute. I don't love it anymore, but I loved Unwritten, the song by Natasha Bedingfield when I was a kid. I liked the outfits. Sydney Sweeney's outfits were really cute. I would have worn like most of the stuff she was wearing. It was very much giving me life. The dress she wore in the boat scene, it's like, get me that dress. Whoever was styling them, you deserve a raise. I don't know her name. This is the thing with these movie characters, just in general, I'm not like the best with names. When it comes to movies and shows, I be forgetting names so quick. Shows, I don't, because I'll usually binge watch a show for like a few hours, so the name gets like drilled into my brain. But movies, I see it once, twice, I'm like, I don't remember the name. So I remember Ben and B, because I looked it up on Google, and they didn't have the other names, unfortunately. But Ben's best friend's sister, I really liked her hair, and I felt like it actually represented the types of hairstyles that Black women be doing these days, so I like that. Considering the fact that she looks like she's light skinned or mixed, but I could tell her hair texture is like looser. They could have just had her do her own hair, so I think that was unnecessary, but it was a good hairstyle. Seeing on the boat was fun. I like the dancing, I like the music, I like to see people eat. Usually when I watch a movie, I'm hungry. So the interactions between Ben's best friend's stepdad, and him, the best friend, were cute. I thought they were fun at times. I thought they were funny at times. Some of the jokes were all okay, relax. But I thought it was good. Okay, so those are all the things I liked. That was actually a longer list than I expected it to be. It took longer than I expected. But now we're gonna get to the things that I didn't love, the things I didn't like that much, and I need you to buckle up, okay? I need you to sit down, grab a snack, grab a drink. It's gonna take a little while. And I watched this movie twice. First time I went to watch it, I was hungry. Like I said, I needed a snack. I hadn't eaten in hours, so I went to go buy some Skittles. Yeah, I know they're not like the most nutritious. They're not really food, and I missed like a good 10 minutes of the movie, so I went to go back and see it again. I was like, you know what, I like the vibe enough. So these are formulated opinions. First of all, can we stop it with the comedic relief Black friend? It's annoying as hell when the only time we see a dark-skinned Black person in some of these white movies is when they're over there to make stupid jokes. It's even worse when the jokes aren't funny, and this Black friend is not that funny. He made some jokes that were good, but he had like no personality. He was giving caricature of a chill hippie that loves the planet, doesn't take life too seriously, but then he takes some things randomly seriously, and then he'll make some like profound statement all of a sudden. I'm like, oh my god, I'm actually no, it wasn't good. Literally, if you'd taken him out of the movie, it wouldn't have changed that much. And this isn't to knock having Black characters, of course not. Are you me? This is to knock the way he was written. He was not written well at all, and I did not appreciate it one bit. He had his moments, but for the most part, I didn't like him. I didn't like the way he was done. I was like, really, what the hell is this? He was the only dark-skinned Black person in the movie that was speaking. Like, really? And maybe there are extras that were talking that were dark-skinned. Okay, the only one that was like, you know, a character, like you actually learned his name. I did not enjoy the lesbian couple the way they were written either. They had no depth. I felt like their relationship was boring as hell. We kind of saw how they got together, but it was just, you know, it felt like it was a millennial making fun of us for being modern and contemporary. Like, look at Gen Zs these days, kids these days. B's sister is getting married to Ben's best friend's sister, okay? Lesbian couple. Cool, we love. And B's sister, early on in the movie, when they find out that they have connections to each other, and oh my god, I'm hoping I can get rid of you, but then eventually, you know, they get married, so they're not gonna get rid of each other ever. B's sister is like, oh, I don't know, we were putting labels on things. I don't really like labels, but I guess I like labels. No. There's a way to do the whole no labels thing. I feel like maybe, but the way they did it was not working, and it just they never had any fights in the movie. The only fight they had wasn't even a real fight. Spoiler alert. There wasn't much substance there. I mean, I guess they were cute, but there wasn't much there. I did enjoy the wedding. I feel like I enjoyed the couple most during the wedding. I wasn't like rooting for them necessarily because there wasn't anything to root for. I didn't see any chemistry. I didn't feel anything with them, and I was like, God, guys, it's a rom-com. There used to be romance in the air. Not a fan of how Ben's best friend's sister talked about her fiance. At one point she was like, I just want to marry the bitch. And I was like, I also think it's so unnecessary that she is mixed in the movie. Because if your older brother is black, dark skin, why couldn't your parents just be together and then have you and then have her be a dark skinned black girl? But instead, parents had to get divorced or whatever they are, and then the mom remarried a white guy and then had a mixed daughter. And the mom is also, she's mixed or light skin. Like, people really be doing as much as they can to keep dark skinned women out of the movies. It's just so crazy to me. B's parents didn't feel like parents. And it's so sad because Dermot Mulroney, I've seen that man. He was in one of my favorite movies, Family Stone. He can act. He wasn't acting in this one. And he had his moments where he was funny, don't get me wrong. But her parents didn't feel like, they felt like someone's writing a young adult high school fiction and is like, this is how I want my parents to be. This is how parents are from the perspective of someone that doesn't understand parents or adults. They had like their conflicts, whatever, and the parents were pushing her ex-fiance onto her, and she was like, no, mom and dad, like, please, whatever. And then when she confronted them about it, and then they made up in like 2 seconds. There was no proper conversation about, you guys need to get out of my life, or like, this is how I feel, whatever. She's like, just understand, like, I know you're scared, whatever, but yeah. It didn't feel like real parents talking to their real daughter. Like, a huge lack of depth. B, aka Sydney Sweeney, was good when it came to the comedy parts and some of the romance aspects, and I felt like there was some chemistry with her and Glenn Powell. But when it came to some of the drama and the emotional scenes, it felt like she didn't even believe what she was saying or doing, and I didn't buy it. I was like, it's like she doesn't want to be here. Wasn't giving emotional, wasn't giving sad. I think there's one point where it was, and that was after they slept together, and then he left, and she was like, oh my gosh. I felt it then. But for the most part, especially when it came to her parents, relationship with her sister wasn't giving sisters, it was giving best friends that never fight. And last but definitely not least, Ben's ex-girlfriend, who's Australian, I forget her name. Oh my god, it's like she was there just to be sexual relief. You know, there's comedic relief, it felt like sexual relief. She was just there to be sexual. At one point, once they got to Australia, she was laying down on the beach, like tanning, whatever. She got a full boob shot, nipples and everything, and I was like, is this necessary? I didn't even notice it the first time. I was like, what the fuck? And then later, she put out a fire by taking off her dress and using it to put the fire out. This goes into my next point. What could have been better? So much. I don't like the way movies are trying to over-sexualize themselves. I feel like this movie didn't sexualize things as much as I expected it to based off of the trailer, but it could have been better if it didn't have some of the sex things that it did have in it. Like, at one point we got low-key flashed. That was unnecessary. That was so unnecessary. You're ruining the movie by having it in there. I was just made uncomfortable, honestly. Ben's friend needs a brain and a personality. Everything needed depth. Now, should you watch this movie? Should you sit down in a theater? Because right now it's still in theaters. Or if you're watching this in the future, should you go on your streaming service, sit down on the couch, turn on your TV, click play, and sit there for nearly 2 hours watching this movie? That depends. I can't give you a clear answer because it really depends on what you like and what you're looking for. If you are someone who likes sex jokes, someone that likes those kinds of movies, someone that has maybe a simpler sense of humor, I'm sorry, you don't mind just like seeing what the vibe is and spending, a couple hours and a little money on a movie, and you're just there for the experience, I think you might enjoy this one. Yeah. If you're someone like me that just likes a good cinema experience, a good theater experience, or just likes to sit down to a movie that you don't have to think about too much, it's not gonna be too dramatic, and you're a seasoned rom-com viewer and you're used to you just know how things go, then this also might be a good one for you to watch too. Might not be a huge waste of time. But if you're someone that's super picky, if you're someone that the rom-com you expect is Pretty Woman type, The Proposal, if you're expecting that standard, I can't recommend this movie to you because it's not up there with those ones. Like I said, I did see it twice. Will I see it again? Yes, I will. It's one of those that I'll have in my list for just like a movie that I watched, and it's not like the best movie, but I like to have something in the background, or just like just a simple thing. I like the like I said, there are elements that I did enjoy, and I will definitely see it again. I don't need to see every movie have it be some amazing life-changing thing. Oh my god, I was crying, I was laughing. No, I just like movies, but it's also not like a great movie. So my rating, I will give this movie a solid 6 out of 10, but it could have been much better. And I think that for me, that's the most disappointing part of it. Like, of course, most movies can do this better, do that better, but then usually okay, well, it was great or it wasn't good. But this one's in the middle, because if they changed some things, it would have been a much better movie. And I think that's unfortunate. If they'd had the characters after actually serving a purpose, side characters need to be doing something, not just being side characters. You can't just add something later for the sake of adding them in. You might as well not have had siblings. There needed to be more substance, needed to be more depth. More substance and more depth. Watch at your own risk. You've heard my thoughts about it, and we can chit chat in the comments as well. We can talk, catch up on things like Instagram, TikTok. Let me know if you have more burning thoughts. Go ahead and comment them below. That's it. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and click that notification bell so you do not miss any future uploads. I will see you in the next one. Sending you lots of love. Bye. Mwah, 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 mwah.